Hi and welcome Aquarius. My name is Elizabeth Bratcher. I'm a psychic medium and I'm here to do a monthly read for you for the month of July. So I want to say thank you very much for taking the time to watch me today. I do appreciate you stopping by. How I work with the monthly reads is I'll sit a little bit in depth with business, career, finance, money, all of that kind of energy. And then I'll do a spread as well for love, relationships. And when I do read for them, it also includes like friends, family, all of those kind of bits and pieces that are there. And then I'll do a spread to see what it is that you just need to know most for the month of July as well. Okay, so please keep in mind, including those who are cross-watching, that I am reading for a lot of you. And so, you know, some of the energy may not resonate. Don't try to make it fit. It's all good. When I'm reading for a few of you, not everything's going to fit all the time, okay? So if you haven't already, please take a moment to subscribe to the YouTube channel. I do daily reads and weekly reads. I also do live feeds as well. And if I'm not here doing a live feed, you'll find me on Facebook doing them as well every Friday, New South Wales, Australian Eastern Standard Time as well. There's also a workshop out at the moment, how to do a successful live feed and using those live feeds to help you guys build a successful and reputable following and online business and face-to-face business too, of course, as well. And there's also the psychic development workshops and mentoring coming out this week again as well. So very excited about that. All right, Aquarius, so let's get started. Oh, reading, pulling them opposite, but that's okay. Let's go. All right, so your energy for the week is about cycles, knowing that there's beginning and endings to things, knowing that, you know, beginning and endings are a natural order. They're a natural order. So let's have a look and see your energy for the week as well as the star. Okay, so let's have a look, Aquarius. Well, we're looking at business, finance, and career for you guys first, okay? So, cycles. We've also got the star, looking at the Six of Wands, the Six of Cups. Okay, so for some of you there, I'm feeling like, and for those of you that it resonates, and that's the thing I like to go, because we can always be quite general, but if I'm throwing energy in a particular way, I want to say that this energy already resonates with you, okay? Unless I say that I feel it's coming in, I do feel like it's already here now. So if you're feeling it, this is why it resonates with you, okay? Because I'm feeling like there's some delays around with work side of things, and what I feel when I sit with that is that you're being told that, you know, oh yeah, next week, and next week's just not coming, or it's coming through in ways that weren't the way that you were told or led to believe, okay? And I want to say to you, if that's resonating to you, to trust in that energy. I feel like there is a bit of a cycle going on with that. It's like, yeah, okay. You're only going to get so far into this progress, and whilst the general security may be there within the work, the movement forward and the promises that are being made aren't. Okay, so I don't feel like necessarily that you're in jeopardy, but I do feel that those promises that are being made are kind of sitting in a false energy, okay? And as I said, that will resonate to you if it already applies, all right? If it doesn't, don't try to bring it in, okay? So I just want to leave that there with you. And I do want to say for you that's there, I do feel that you end up actually moving from this, okay? It may not be right now, I do actually get up to 12 months, but I do feel that those opportunities that you're missing now will come around again, but they will be somewhere else. And as I said, I do get around 12 months up to, okay? So there's a lot of you, so I just feel up to, all right? Now, I do want to say as well, other than that, there's almost that flip side of it as well. When I sit on the Six of Cups, what I hear is the word promotion. That's there with it, okay? And I want to say again, for those of you that are sitting in that energy, you've already either been for the interview or you've you know, had to sit down and spoken with the boss about promotions. This may be stepping into work or stepping up into work. And again, I want to say that you've actually had the interview or you're aware of this happening around you as well. And I want to say there's a really nice positive outcome that sits there for you guys within that, okay? Other than that, with money, I want to say there's a little bit of balance that's there, perhaps a little bit of, you know, spending it too much in one way, that kind of thing that's there. And I feel like there's just sent the kilter off a little bit. I just want to say take a breath with that. You know what I mean? You're aware of what you're doing. I feel like there's that take a chance energy that's there. And when I sit with that, I want to say it's almost about buying something that's an investment. And yes, very much it may be a house, but I feel for some of you it's actually not necessarily such a big acquisition. It's more an energy around, like, I feel like a caravan or a bike or, you know, a camper van, or it's something that's not necessarily a need. Okay, it's something that we've kind of earned ourselves way to get to. All right, and what I want to say with you is that that's all good and well. Just don't rush into it. Like, don't just buy the first one that you see. And if you do buy the first one that you see, just make sure you've checked everything as well first, okay? Because I do feel like you get actually a really good bargain. So I just want to say check everything first to make sure that that's the bargain one, not the dud one that someone's trying to palm off. Do your homework, do your research, but I do feel like it'll be quite successful and you've earned it. That's there, okay? So other than that, with money and finance and business and work and everything else like that with you guys, I'm feeling a little bit of delays around with business, a little bit of stagnation and things like that, perhaps a lot of paperwork coming in around at the moment. I just want to say it's just a moment. Don't get too caught up into it. Just stuff that needs to be done to get to the other side. Okay. All right. So that is business, finance, career, work that I have for you guys. Aquarius, let's have a look at just love and relationships and that kind of energy. And again, it includes friendships and all that sort of stuff. Did I say big love at the beginning of the other one? Something's telling me I did do that. But I was reading about business and finance, so if I did do that, I'm sure you guys caught up. All right, let's have a look. Okay. You've got the why am I laughing? I'm not laughing. Alright, I giggle. But it's just, yeah, you've got some really heavy energy here, and I just want to pull on it properly before I start reading it. So you've got the Death card as your energy, and you've also got the energies of shifting, okay? So that's actually a positive, alright? A Death card is generally around shifting situations and new beginnings, okay? So it is a really nice energy, but I just feel that for some of you, it's actually going to come as a little bit of a shock. And, that you're going to feel that sense of loss that's there, but there's going to be lots of support around for you, okay? So, there's definitely an ending of some relationships for you guys this week, and I do feel with these relationships that they are partnerships, like as in husbands, wives, boyfriend, girlfriends, and I do feel that these are relationships that have a serious energy to them, okay? I do feel though that for some of you, you feel like it was going serious as well. And I know that's kind of keeping it quite broad, but I want to say that you've already got your suspicions in this, and that there's perhaps been a little bit of triviality, or you just know that, things aren't quite sitting where they should be. And, we've almost kind of been reluctant to make that choice. And then all of a sudden it gets made for us for some wanton reason. That may be that they've put it in, that you've put it in, or something actually happens. It's there, but you've got the Tower card with it, which generally talks about quite swift and dramatic movement, okay? And then you've got the Five of Cups. And so you know that all is not lost, okay? But it's, it's not a very happy feeling as well, all right? But then you've got the Ace of Cups that sits there, all right? And so I want to say that you are going to be all right. You are going to be all right. There's definitely a shift of energies that's around, okay? Taking a chance, knowing that nothing changes if nothing changes, and just remembering to stand strong, all right? Now, again, that energy is already going to resonate with you, okay? Don't allow it to come in as something that's not there, okay? I want to just say in a general sense overall, I feel like there needs to be a mindfulness, okay? I feel like it's not even necessarily in a negative sense. You've got the nice cards there, the Four of Pentacles, you've got the Ace of Cups, you've got the Standing Strong card, you've got the Change of Luck card that's there. There's enough positivity here for me to not kind of have to go too deep and dark, but I do want to say that's where I just want to sit with this. I just keep hearing the word mindfulness. And, not letting things blow out of proportion. Remember where you're standing, remembering your boundaries, remembering to have respect for others, all that kind of energy that's there. And there may be very real, variant of reasons, spending a lot of time together, things having changed around because of, the circumstances around with everything else affecting everything else, maybe getting a little bit mellow-jolly with yourselves, all of that sort of stuff, whatever it is that's there. I want to say, just take a moment to make sure that you're still standing in the correct energy and you're giving the observance and the mindfulness to the relationships that they deserve, okay? As I said, I know that that's quite a general, but I just feel like that's where I need to say. Other than what I've spoken about that's there, that's all I need to leave you guys with relationships and love and things like that, okay, for July. And so, Aquarius, I do want to just pull one more spread for you that's there. And I do this spread a little bit differently, and I just want to do it to see what it is that you need to know most over the month of July. So I don't focus on any particular subject here, but any subject that wants to come through, the energies know that it can, all right? And so we'll just pull it and see what it is that you know, spirit energies, guides, and all of that kind of thing that come together and work with me so beautifully, have to say about you guys for the month of July. Nice. Okay, so you've got the Sun as the energy for the month, which is happiness and bright prospect. You know, you've got the Six of Pentacles, which talks about a nice balance with money and possibly a raise coming in. You know, Nine of Swords, letting go of emotions and things like that. But as I said, that mindfulness through love and relationships. You got the Nine of Pentacles that's there, you know, always about peace of mind and contentment and just, you know, sitting back and feeling just happy with self, you know. You've got the Three of Wands that's there. So it's, for me, it's always about a little bit of contemplation and just looking back and surveying. And again, there's that mindfulness that comes in, all right? So just let's have a look and see what it is you need to know most for the month of July. Okay. All right. So what I want to say to you is you've got the card about taking a moment, having gratitude and being rested and grounded. Okay. So, and that's the thing too, when we talk about mindfulness and we talk about even the heaviness through work and the prospects of work and everything else like that that's coming in, through all of that, even whether it be a positive or a challenging energy, there's a lot of grounding energy needed that's there. Okay. So what this card kind of represents is as you walk through the month of July, Aquarius, you're going to be held stronger and feel more resilient and just kind of plod along a lot more in your own synchronicity if you keep yourself grounded, aka, you know, letting your feet touch the earth, spending a little bit of time in nature, taking 5 minutes when you have a shower, all of that kind of stuff, connecting back to yourself on a daily basis, okay? Now you've also got the Spirit card that's there, and for those of you that have been watching me for a while, you'll know that this card I created purely as validation that you're feeling spirit around you. So, you know, repetitive numbers, feeling the energies of spirit, perhaps feeling some tinkerings going around, whatever it is that spirit's portraying for you at this time, this card purely comes out just to validate that it is another sign, okay? It's that 1111 or whatever it is that you're seeing that's there, okay? So trust in that. Now you've also got the improvements card that's there in self and in situations. And, you know, again, now I do feel that was reflected throughout both business and finance and also with the love and the relationships, but especially with self as well. I feel, that's what I feel with that. I get the word back in my head around synchronicity, you know, and I feel like you do kind of acknowledge that over the last couple of months you have been sort of a little bit out of touch with yourself, okay? And I want to say it's time to come back in. It's time to kind of reconnect with yourself a little bit more. You've got the self-denial card that comes out, which often talks about, you know, self-sabotage, refusal, being stubborn and all that kind of stuff that's there. And I feel a little bit in this that we get tied up in the day-to-day of life and, you know, all of that energy that sits around. And it's just time to acknowledge self and acknowledge care of self and all of that kind of stuff, you know. Just it's that moment when I sit with this, I want to look around me and I want to see where I'm not happy and what I'm doing, holding myself back with that. Okay, it's like I'm kicking myself back into my own gears this month, all right? So just sort of don't be afraid to reflect in that energy. You've also got the prosperity card that comes in next, and, you know, absolutely when we sink in with ourselves, everything improves around us, but this card represents financial growth, security and abundance and all of those kind of little bits and pieces that's there. And I want to say, again, for some of you, that was about work coming in and about promotion. For some of you, it was about acknowledgement that, you know, you're secure, but perhaps may need to move on at some point. But I want to say as well, just all of that, again, as I said, that's what it is. I feel things coming in. I feel things coming in. Okay, that's just, it's a nice card that sits there with the prosperity card for you guys this month. Okay, so looking at the bigger picture, you've also got there, I want to say to you, you know, long term beyond self and moments. Yeah, why did I feel I need to repeat that? Now I want to say with that, because I'm going backwards, that's why I'm fumbling over my words, because it's dragging me back. It's going, look at the self-denial, look at the, you know, needing to take a moment that's there, look at letting go of frustrations and all of that energy. And that's what it is, just keeping a focus on the bigger picture and making sure that your movements, your choices, your actions reflect that, so that you're putting your best foot forward, not just the one that's easiest in the moment, okay? And remembering that your goals are not impossible. You know, there's some things that you're working towards, and I feel like for a lot of you, a majority of you, these are going to be personal goals. Okay, you know, wanting to complete something, wanting to get somewhere, wanting to achieve something, all that kind of energy. I want you to believe in that, and I want you to start kind of implementing that this month. I feel like you've been putting delays off around it because you get to put your complete confidence in it. And I want to say, just throw that to the wind. You know, we get to live once, go for it. You know, the card that asks, where are you? And there's a lot of big energy in that card, because it does. It always says, you know, where are you? Yeah, okay, see. So the self-denial card of that, you know, asking yourself around where you're not happy and things like that. And that's popped up again. So really it is time to sink back in. And as again, Aquarius, I feel like you know this. I feel like you feel this, okay? Confronting fears, yeah, okay. It's funny because I popped the cards down and read them, so I don't necessarily look at them. So there was, okay, yeah, cool, that matches, because that's what we've spoken about as well, you know, confronting fears and, you know, just putting our best foot forward and doing those things that we've been wanting to do, especially in that catch and the rainbow energy. Procrastination, you know, creating delays to avoid action. That's there. As I said, there's a lot of self-work for you guys this month, Aquarius, okay? And it's very easy to keep putting that off and waiting till tomorrow and everything else like that. There's also, I feel, some cleaning out that needs to be done around you. For some of you, this is going to be literal around the home and the house, okay? But for others of you, I feel like it is just around, you know, that stagnation that you're kind of cluttering around yourself as well. So have a look and see where you are creating delays to avoid action. And a perfect example of that is one I always use there when I've got something that I'm a little bit intimidated to do, you know, maybe releasing a new workshop or something else like that. It's amazing how much I have to clean. You know, I'll clean before I'll just do the dishes before I sit down. I'll just, you know what I mean? And that's what I'm doing. I'm creating delays to avoid action because I'm not focused properly, okay? But you feel it and you know it, and that's what this card is about. It's time, okay? It's time to start moving forward. It's time to click back into yourself. So stand strong because you got this. Now, what you need to know most for the month is you've got a change of luck energy that's coming in. So that talks about energy shifting for the better, okay? You've got that uncertainty and a bit of clouded judgment around you, which has been reflected through the reading, and we see that. But then you've got the shit happens card, which just talks about the fact that in life that does happen. You know, not to dwell too much on the fact that this kind of energy in this card is, I'm not going to say the word again because I forgot who's standing next to me there. Is sitting there, you know, that there's things we just have to accept, okay? And things that have come, things that have gone, and everything else like that, and it's all good, but that's just life sometimes, you know? And when we do that and we sit and we take 5 and just push ourselves and our way through it, we bring ourselves back to base, all right? And so I know that card has come out before, hasn't it? So guys, what I'd like to just say to you is that, all right? And so I hope that you've enjoyed my reading. Goodbye. I hope that you've enjoyed my reading for you guys for the month of July. And as I said, you can also catch me each day for the daily read, also for the weekly read, and on Fridays at 8 o'clock on New South Wales Australian Eastern Standard Time as well for the live feeds too. So thank you very much again for joining. Please leave a like or a comment on the post, on the video, sorry. I do absolutely appreciate it. And always absolutely please subscribe to the video as well. I'd love for you to join me. All right, so guys, until we meet again, take care, and I hope to see you again soon.